Chair Lee Belt, we're ready when you are.
Thank you, Christina. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, and I will now call the Public Arts Commission meeting to order. Would you please join me in doing the Pledge of Allegiance? Please stand while we do that. And ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here we are. Welcome to February. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Strouder?
Present.
Commissioner Robinson? Commissioner Marks?
Here.
Vice Chair Travis?
Here.
Chair Lee Belt.
Here. Okay, agenda finalization. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Ann. Will the clerk please read the statement of participation for public comments?
This is the opportunity for members of the public to comment on any items not appearing on the regular agenda. Because of restrictions contained in California law, the Commission may not discuss or act on any item not on the agenda, but may briefly respond to statements made or ask a question for clarification. The Chair may also request a brief response from staff to questions raised during public comment, or may request that a matter be agendized for a future meeting. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. And Chair Liebelt, we do not have any requests to speak, and I did not receive any comments.
Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to move on. We have an agenda tonight. First up on the agenda is we're going to talk about our Ignite program. May we have an introduction, please?
Certainly, Chair. Good evening, Commissioners. At our last meeting, and I can't remember which one of you had made a request of finding out more about our programs for ribbon cuttings and having economic development come out and celebrate new businesses or changes or milestone anniversaries. And so I asked Eric Besserell, our economic development manager, to come and make a presentation to you so that as you're out working with our members of our creative economy here, that if there are opportunities to showcase and celebrate changes and kind of highlight those businesses here, this is how you go about doing that or how to direct them and who to talk to. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Eric.
Great, thank you. Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. Excited to talk to you about Ignite and the different opportunities we have to work with the creative economy here in Cathedral City. Very much value all our businesses here, but we have a great opportunity to really share some of these resources with specific niche industries that we have here, and one being the industry that you all are very familiar with, which is our creative economy. Here on Perez, we have so many businesses, and hopefully some of the resources I share today can resonate with some of them, and we can see more artists take advantage of some of these offerings. So about the Ignite program, it serves as a way for Cathedral City's economic development group to really welcome these new businesses and celebrate these milestone opportunities. Some of these businesses have been long-standing, and so it's important to note that this isn't just for grand openings. This is also for any sort of milestone celebration, or even as simple as a remodel that they took the initiative of doing in their studio, and they really want to share it with the community. This is a great opportunity to go ahead and engage with not only the neighboring businesses, but overall the economic development community here in Cathedral City. So some of the businesses that, or some of the types of events that are included within the offerings are grand openings, ribbon cuttings, business expansions or relocations, or annual milestone anniversaries. The services that we provide from Cathedral City are at no cost to the businesses. And what we do is we set up an official city ribbon cutting. We provide a signed certificate of recognition. We as well invite the city officials and dignitaries to the event. We coordinate with our communications and events staff. And we as well work with ensuring that we get as many city council members there for the event. So we handle all of the logistics. We just ask that we be notified anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks in advance, if possible. The setup time takes approximately 30 minutes, so it's not a big lift. It doesn't actually require the business owner to do anything unless they would like to. We've had some businesses like the grand opening here for coffee, where they offered some pastries and coffee. That's not a requirement, but that's something that if a business wants to offer that, that's completely okay. We also afterwards we invite everyone to go in. Spend some time talking with the business owner, getting to know them, as well as, like I said, invite the dignitaries to also share any sort of certificates that they might have for that individual. To request it, it's fairly simple process. You can email us at econdev@cathedralcity.gov, or there's a phone number there if that makes it easier. Just let us know what business you are. You can be an existing business, and if we had not celebrated you in the past, or you just, things came up, you were so worried about opening up your studio or your business, please feel free to reach out. We want to celebrate these opportunities with you. So that is our information there. And this is all, the Ignite program kind of all falls under the different business support programs that we offer for our different businesses. So we offer one-on-one business counseling every Thursday here in Cathedral City. So if you know businesses that are looking for one-on-one counseling, they can feel free to schedule it with the Coachella Valley Women's Business Center. We have a link on our website. We also offer different sorts of multi-week programs, as well as standalone workshops in collaboration with the Small Business Development Center and Riverside County Office of Economic Development. Currently, the one that we just kicked off last Thursday is AI Accelerator. So here is a link for it. It's going to be for the next three more Thursdays. This one is all about understanding AI functions, crafting effective prompts, and conducting AI-powered market research. So it's not too late to register. There's some information there. If you all are interested in sharing, I can share it with you all individually. And that concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
One thing I'd like to add on, Eric had mentioned the Women's Business Center. Yes. They happened to be here the other day at City Hall, and I was mentioning Eric coming to do this presentation, and they were really excited that if we want any kind of like a specific presentation, with our like Perez district or others, that they're happy to come out. Or she even suggested if you wanted somebody from them to be at the Arts Festival, if they could do a table or things like that. But they really, I think, again, were interested in how these services could be available to our artists and our studios, and that there's probably services or benefits available through these different organizations that they may or may not be aware of, and that this is just another opportunity and way that the city can support those businesses here.
Eric, is it possible to get a copy of your slides?
Yes, sir.
I want to put something together I have a large mailing list of the galleries in the Perez Art District, and I'd love to put something together for them, send it out, and
Yeah.
then point them in your direction.
I'll share it with
And
you.
I was also thinking, what if we even did a special session for them
what I'm
at one of the galleries where the people came out and set it up?
Because they
I was
actually
thinking, yeah.
do have meetings of their whole group.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I was going to suggest.
I think that we can help facilitate that too, to create more of a dialogue between, our Public Arts Commission and those galleries too. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I think as you speak to them, the contact information that Eric provided would be the linkage to kind of get something like that set up and for him to coordinate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you all for helping us share those resources. We very much appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Anybody else? Any questions? Any comments?
I'll just say, I noticed all the new businesses and all the grand openings. It's pretty exciting, so that's, yeah.
Yes, we have, it's so interesting because, there'll be some months that we have maybe one or two grand openings, and then others that just start kicking up. I think what being here just a little bit over a year, I've never really noticed that we have a very strong small business community, and it really trickles into the creative arts community. We recently saw some statistics from Visit Greater Palm Springs about the impact that these creative economies have the arts economies being so impactful regionally to the area. So we want to make sure we maintain good relationships with them. And if there are opportunities for us to be able to share resources, please include us and invite us, and we'll make sure to share this slide deck with you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Christina, are there any public comments on this item?
Chair, we have none.
Thank you
And
so
and
much.
really quickly, Chair, are you seeing it highlighted on your screen that we are on item 2A? Is the yellow bar across item 2A on your screen?
There's no yellow line, no.
How about now?
No.
It is on mine.
Okay, I had a little bit of a glitch. It looks like it might be working now. Okay, so when we move on to the next one, let's see if you see it on your screen.
Okay.
Do you see it highlight on 2B now?
No. We're moving on to 2B. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. And do you see it on your screen?
I do.
Okay, it shouldn't stop us, but just, if you need to know where we're at, just let me know.
Oh, I'll try to stay online this time. Okay, that item was for discussion only. There's no formal action required. So we're going to move on to item B on the agenda, which is an update on the Cathedral City Festival of the Arts.
And I will just turn this over to Commissioner Stoddard to provide any updates on planning in progress.
Thank you. Well, first of all, that's a heck of a poster.
It's a pretty fabulous poster.
That's a heck of a poster. You guys did an amazing job. So far we have 24 artists who have applied to be a part of the show. They've all been accepted, all very, very appropriate art. All 24 of those folks so far want 10 by 10 tents, and we have about 32, 33 that we can give out. So the thing, though, about the 24 is that the applications have sort of stalled. And so I'm going to kind of do a reaching out to the same mailing list. Let's get it going on social media again. Let's make sure people know it closes on the 27th, that we only have 24, maybe 10, less than 10 by 10 tents left. After that, they have to bring their own tent. So if we can put a little urgency into the air, let's all see if we could do that. That would be helpful.
And I'll pass that on to communications and ask if they can re-promote that as well.
Perfect. Ann's working on the reply system in the cafe system that will basically tell the artists what they have to do next, how they pay, when they have to get the insurance certificate into us by, things like that. And the logistics are, I mean, I'm that person that's waiting for the shoe to drop. I mean, this is all going really too smoothly.
Yeah, really, we're not.
So, I mean, the logistics are largely in place. We're going to set up the day before. Parking areas for loading and unloading are figured out. Artists are going to be assigned a tent by number. They'll be returning evidence, like I said, of their one-day liability insurance. We have posters and social media graphics, which are obviously amazing. The music program is set, stage, children's play areas being covered by Scrap Gallery and the Desert Recreation District. Food trucks are set. Subcommittee's going to meet once or twice, again, probably just once before the event itself, probably a week or two before the event. The one glitch that we are aware of, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a big deal or not, fingers crossed, is that it's going to be a No Kings rally happening at the same time. And I don't know, I'm going to decide to look at it as a positive. I'm going to tell myself that there's lots of people that are going to walk by that are going to be hungry, they're going to come in for a food truck, and they're going to stay for the art and music. So fingers crossed, I think it could actually be a really good thing.
And I think usually they're more in front of City Hall rather than towards the amphitheater.
Exactly. I'm thinking, though, about as
Yeah.
they walk back to their cars, I remember I rode my bike to the last one, and that whole area is just full of people, right, almost all the way down to Perez. So I think that's going to be a good opportunity.
I think it's going to be a great opportunity, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe we might want to have a smaller flyer or something we could hand out. Run, no, seriously.
Yeah.
We could ask some friends to do that. And
And I'm going to be working on banners for the amphitheater to advertise like we have now, because I know that's in the budget too. So I'm
nice.
going to
Perfect.
talk to Ryan about using that artwork to create banners for it.
So that's the extent of my report. Does anybody have any questions I can answer, or questions, comments?
Has there been any movement on the performing arts piece? Have we heard from Eve?
We have. She's got people lined up. For the last time I talked to Ryan
From 12 to 4?
From 12 to 4, she's got, I want to say 4 other people lined up too. I'm just not sure who they are yet. There was some slowness about her getting the names back to us, and there was something going on with her. I'm not sure what that was, but a personal thing going on. But I think she's probably got that done by now. So I'll reach out to Ryan and ask, and if it has been done, we'll make sure the names get out so you can see who they are.
Thanks.
Anything else?
No, I think it all sounds great. I really appreciate all the hard work, and yes, I love it when everything comes.
know,
It's
it's just-
destined, it's meant to be. I'm actually surprised it's been a slower turn for Artist Apply, so I think all of us can reach out. We all know people, that probably do it. Obviously, when I went to the Art Walk fourth Friday, and I mentioned to it to a lot of people. I know that you go there a lot and you reach out to them a lot. I just wonder, did you take a physical flyer to each one of those galleries?
I made one
Okay,
that I used, and I handed that out.
fabulous,
Now we have
okay.
the new one.
But that's going back now, I don't know, when the thing at the river was, so that's got to be, 4-6 weeks ago was the last time I had it.
I would say probably, and I'm happy to help you. I mean,
Yeah.
I go again and do that kind of thing too. If we can pick a time just to do that. Because I verbally told them, but I think that having a physical reminder and seeing the poster and,
I was texting people the link from, I was at the same walk as the
right, I know,
chair.
that's what we were
And
both
so I was just
on
like,
a
give me your
mission.
cell phone number, and I just kept giving people the link
And I
for
was
it.
sort of paying attention too. There was a lot, the people were actually questioning on other boards on social media, hey, what's going on with the show? I haven't heard anything. So I've reached out, like the Artist Council Facebook friend page. Somebody asked on there, and luckily I saw it and I could answer, and here's how you apply, and, oh, I haven't heard anything back yet. What's going on? You know how artists are. And I just let them know. That's all.
Do you have, can I get a copy of the list you have? So, because
Yeah.
I'll recognize their names and know who.
Email list, is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the ones that have the
already-
24
Oh,
artists so
that
far.
list, yes.
Yeah, that way I
In fact, I
don't
promised that to you
approach.
already, and I haven't done it. I'll do it as soon as I get home.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks. That'll help me, that way I won't double.
I'll send it to
work.
everybody. It's going to look like a very plain
That would be helpful.
spreadsheet.
That's
'Cause
perfect.
That's how the system.
Spits it out.
Anything else that you need from any of us, Don or Rick,
we're
anyway,
good
that
for
we
now.
all can? Nope.
Certainly support morning before for setup, and then support day of,
So that's Friday.
Friday morning, yeah.
Sure.
No,
I know. I'll try my best.
And I think if there's any specific roles that you need assistance filled that the commissioners or staff can help fill with, just let
Yep.
us know.
Absolutely. Yep. And definitely Saturday. I mean, my plan is,
One of the things I'm putting out to people is that if you haven't done this before, we're going to have people there to help you. Artists who've done this before, but that could be any one of us.
Right.
Because we've all seen it or been involved in it or done it. So, if people say, oh my God, I don't know what to do, that would be a role to hang around the show itself for and help out.
that's my plan, is to be there all day and support people and artists. And so I've been very helpful. I'm very good at selling art. So it's like,
Don?
I'm happy to help.
Is there going to be like a little pre-meeting or a Zoom or something available? Like, so if people have those questions, they could?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I'm giving them every opportunity I can to ask them. So no, we're not going to do a pre-meeting. Anything else? Anybody? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, it's so much appreciated, and I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great opportunity and a great first program, and to see how well it goes. Christine, are there any public comments?
We have none, Chair.
Thank you for that. This item was for discussion only, and there's no formal action required. So the next item is item C, still no yellow line. Update on Art in the Parks grant programming progress, discussion of selection process for mural, and assignment of subcommittees. May we have an introduction, please?
Yes, Chair. So in the past, I have made presentation to you about the Art in California Parks grant that the city received. We wrote a grant and received $98,167 to conduct 4 art and culture-focused events at Esperanza Park. And the overall title for our grant was Hope Rising, and it will feature 4 events at the park under the themes of Echoes of the Past, Voices of the Present, Visions of the Future, and Together We Will Heal. That will include cultural and musical performances, activities tied into each theme, et cetera. The Desert Recreation District is the key lead agency. We wrote it and then said, hey, DRD, here you go, because they actually have the staffing to produce an event like this. So I've been beginning meetings with the staff from DRD, so Cynthia and her colleague Anna, to start planning for this. We have to complete all of the activities by the end of October of this year, so there is sort of a time, urgency to begin. And what I would like is, well, I guess to back up first, one of the activities that is funded under the grant is a mural for Esperanza Park. We had talked once before about putting a mural on the back of the restroom building that would face CB Link. And what we've been able to do is fund that mural through this grant. So there's $50,000 budgeted for the mural. And one of the requirements in the grant application, we were originally, I think, conceiving it as 4 different mural projects. But as we kind of got into it and looked at the timing of it, really what we're going to do is do one mural focusing on the 4 themes and tying them together. But the requirement that we've put in the grant is that the community has to be a participant in the creation of the grant or of the mural. So there's going to be a need to sooner than later begin that call for artists process to start soliciting muralists. Being that this is at a park and being that the PACE Commission has had 2 commissioners that have been intimately involved in this process since the beginning, they have assigned 2 commissioners to work with DRD, work with the committee to help facilitate this event and help bring connectivity to the neighborhood. And so Commissioners Angel Herrera and Commissioner Mario Jimenez are assigned from PACE. At a past meeting here, we had voted in Vice Chair Travis and Commissioner Robinson to be selected as the mural committee. What my recommendation is that I would like the sort of subcommittee of PACE and PAC and DRD to be the initial reviewers of the murals that come in, and that they make including your 2 representatives, and that group make a final recommendation of the mural to the commission. I think it has an opportunity of having connectivity into the neighborhood, be part of that process with Commissioner Jimenez, who's a local resident for decades in that neighborhood. And then want to see if the Vice Chair and Commissioner Robinson want to also be on that sort of subcommittee that's working to connect if there's any resources needed. So, you have different connections in the community for artists or for performers or things like that, but that can work with DRD in helping really make these events rich in cultural experiences for the community. And so that is my ask of whether the mural subcommittee wants to be the committee that works on the mural plus the events, or is there another subcommittee that wishes to work on the planning of the events separate from the mural project? And that is my
Should probably be
question.
the same 2 people. Yes.
Well, when you talk about events, are you talking about the, what's it say, for art and culture focused events? Are you talking about like performing arts? I think it should be a separate subcommittee, personally.
Yeah, because so the committee working with DRD, so as they're putting together, they've been putting together and coming up with ideas for these different events. And, maybe there's, musical component that they might need help connecting to somebody, or you have an idea of a performer that they might not know that can help make this a, really robust day. So those are the kind of activities that DRD is going to do the heavy lift of everything, but you are also sort of members of these creative communities and might have ideas and might have other insights to share that can help really make this what the grant is intended to really focus on connecting people to art throughout our park system.
So right now, before it was just Commissioner Robinson and I doing the mural part, right? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. What I'd like to do, though, is have the other commissioners work with you on that. Like when, I'd like to work with the subcommittee to put together the RFQ, or I'm sorry, put together the call, but have the two subcommittees work on reviewing the applications to make a
Like we
recommendation.
did with the sculpture?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
When you say the two subcommittees, you mean PACE and PAC?
Yeah.
Okay,
With DRD.
okay.
And then you as a body, so the subcommittee would make a recommendation to the whole, and then those recommendations would come to you for approval.
And that's for the mural, right?
For the
And then-
mural.
Then we'll do something, another two people, I guess, for the performing part? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I just wanted to see if there was one or two of you that wish to participate with DRD related to the execution of these events. And so that could be providing support for, ideas for cultural activities or, people to talk to, things like that.
I guess the question is if you would still like to be involved in that as well. And now that you just
Well,
arrived.
and I think I heard from Commissioner Marks an interest in participating in that.
Commissioner Marks, it would be like,
So we might have to repeat the question because she missed it because of being
Commissioner.
on the subcommittee. So sorry, Amber,
problem.
if you would just go quickly.
No problem.
Yep.
So we're talking about the Art in California Parks Grant. And at a previous meeting, I think you weren't here, so you got to sign something. One of the activities of this grant is to do a mural at the park. And the mural is going to be themed on the four themes of the event, which is Echoes of the Past, Voices of the Present, Visions of the Future, and Together We Heal. The other requirement of the mural is that the artists have to include the community in the creation of it. So they have to be skilled at, being able to do color blocking or whatever to allow the public to participate in its creation. We have assigned you two, you and Vice Chair as the subcommittee. What I wanted to propose is that your subcommittee work with the PACE subcommittee and our reps from DRZ to help develop that RFQ, and then be the reviewers to make a recommendation to the full PAC committee for selection of the art.
That would be great. Yes.
Okay. So that was one question, and, for you to vote on. The second question is there one or more people from the commission that would like to work with the DRD and, perhaps the other commissioners to help with the programming for the four events? They're going to be starting fairly quickly, probably, I think April is their target for their first one, so that we do a couple in the spring and then do sort of probably the fourth one in the fall with the painting of the mural, probably in October, so that we're kind of trying to get around some of the heat. So that is my recommendation.
And is the 50,000 that's been budgeted for the mural?
Yes.
Is that out of that total 98,000?
That is correct, yes.
So the balance is 48,000 for?
Yeah, and it's already, whoever wants to serve on this, I can get you copies of what the budget breakdown is in the different categories, because some of it's for DRD staff, supplies. We have a budget for materials for the community, for painting and things like that are separate from the artist's fees, et cetera.
And you're wanting the full commission to approve the mural?
Yes. Yeah, anything that would be recommended, it comes back to the commission for full approval. And then, like always, it would go to the council for final.
And just for clarification, I don't know, Kara, if you got that. So there's the planning of the mural is one thing, and then there's also that it could be different members of the commission that also want to be involved in planning, programming and stuff for the park as well, like
that's
cultural
great.
events and stuff like
Okay.
that too.
Yeah.
And if you would be
I
interested.
would love to do
Okay,
that. That would
okay.
be wonderful.
So Kara and Commissioner Marks on the sort of programming side is what I'm hearing, and then Kara and Vice Chair Travis on the mural.
Perfect.
okay.
Does that sound right? Everybody's, yep, yep. So do we need to make, we have to see if there's any public comments on that, item first?
Yes, there's no public comments.
So then,
And if you'd like, we can do a motion so that we have it accurately in
so
the
then I'm
in the
asking if
record.
there's then a motion to accept these two subcommittees?
So the motion will be to approve, I guess, to reapprove Vice Chair Travis and Commissioner Robinson as the subcommittee for the mural project, and Commissioner Robinson and Commissioner Gregory as the liaisons with PACE for the grant implementation.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by,
But it's Commissioner Marks, not Commissioner Gregory.
Did I say
sorry.
Gregory? Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry.
actually, 1 second. I need to go back to the attendance really quickly. Bear with me. Add Commissioner Robinson back in. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have a motion by Chair Liebelt, a second by Commissioner Marks. Please vote.
Apologize for that, Commissioner.
Are you able to see it on your screen? Okay. Let's go ahead and do a roll call vote, and then after this, I'm going to have you refresh your screens. That's probably the issue. But we'll do a roll call for this time. Commissioner Strouder,
Aye.
Commissioner Robinson,
Aye.
Commissioner Marks,
Aye.
Vice Chair Travis,
Aye.
Chair Liebelt.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries all ayes. And we'll take 1 second just to refresh the screens.
Hit the little squirrely thing up front.
Is that the little guy there?
The whirligig.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Did it show?
Oy.
Yes, perfect. Okay, now you're seeing it.
Wow, okay.
Oh,
Okay, well, refresh your window tab over.
And the magic happens.
I'll take it, no worries.
oh, that,
Yeah, we should be, there we go. Okay, sorry about that.
And then we can close that, eh? Okay. Oh, and now we have yellow.
Okay, now I'll.
Let there be yellow sunshine, Christina.
Now we're
Okay,
back.
now we should all see our screens? With the
Yeah.
yellow stripe? Okay,
Yep.
we're good.
All right.
Okay, we've completed that. We're going to move on now to the next item on our list, which is item D, Public Art Piece for Panorama Dog Park. May we have an introduction, please?
Absolutely. So it's a busy year for the Public Arts Commission. At the City Council meeting on January 28th, I made a presentation to the City Council on what the Public Arts Commission's been up to. And it was a really full presentation on the various activities and programs that you have been able to implement over the last year or so. And during that discussion, I asked the council if there were any, specific sort of activities or projects that they wanted to pose to the Public Arts Commission to work on. And Mayor Gregory asked if the commission would work on acquiring a public art piece for Panorama Dog Park, and the council supported that. So they didn't give any further direction on what it should be. I think the mayor had some ideas. I actually drove by there recently, actually last night with the mayor going to a meeting, and there's some areas right in front of the dog park that would probably be some good locations, but I don't think the desire is to have something in the dog park, but on the entryways, could be on the fencing, but I think there's an openness to looking at different options. So there is no budget set for this. The public or the Art and Public Places budget certainly has over $280,000 in it. Actually, that's minus the money for the project, but there's certainly sufficient funding for an art piece. I wouldn't think that this would require going out for a call for artists. I think I look at this more as looking at, various artists that we have here that that, research to look at purchasing something that would align with the dog park. Certainly, in the past, I know the Baronies have presented, certain art that would certainly align with the dog park, but I think it's up to whoever would like to work on this to kind of come up with some options for the commission to review. So I wanted to see if there was anyone that wanted to take on looking at finding a public art piece for the dog park. Okay, I see Commissioner Travis, okay?
yeah, I haven't volunteered for anything tonight, so I'll,
Okay,
That's right, there can only be two.
yeah.
Okay.
oh, did somebody else? I didn't see somebody else.
Vice Chair Travis
Go ahead and
raised
do it
his
if you
hand.
prefer.
I snuck in.
Yeah, no, you go ahead and do it.
So the two of you, is that what I'm seeing, or?
No, the two of them.
Okay.
Okay. And I think from the commission side, I think we'll be identifying the art piece and the potential costs. The city, once we have a sense of, those options, we can look at the costs of the installation, concrete, things of that nature, lighting. So the city will take that piece of it. But, so we'll take a motion then for.
Well,
oh,
but I
I'm
just,
sorry.
I just want to say something firsthand too, but I would still like in that, if it's Commissioner Travis and myself, I would still like each commissioner to come up with an artist or ideas for something that they would like to see and bring it so that we can all discuss it and talk it together. I'd like everybody, this to be participatory thing. So I would still encourage that just because that's what I would like to say and encourage that, yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to create a motion then?
Unless there's other comments from the commission.
Oh, any other questions?
Just a quick question. The artist that we received sculptures for the park, the other park, is there a chance to look at some of those for potentially this?
Sure.
I'll have to see what continues to be
Oh.
available. It seems like it kind of limits what I can see now that it's been
Okay,
sort of approved
okay.
through, but
I mean, it would be interesting to just even see the
Well, so I
top
encourage
10.
if
I wrote
we-
those down, the ones that I really liked.
If you saw if we still have those sheets, I don't know if you guys kept them, I think I
kept mine,
did.
yep.
So if there's a contact information, if there's an artist that you feel strong about, that you'd like to be in contact with and ask them what's available and what the
Yeah.
price range is,
Yeah.
that's what I'm encouraging each one of us to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we're going to see 2 runners-up from the one that
Exactly.
we picked. So
Right,
Exactly.
yeah.
right, yeah.
I don't know what the appropriate budget is for this. I don't think this is a $100,000 project. Again, I think as you each generate some ideas and come up with some proposals, then we can, present that back to the commission with, those various options.
So there was no even kind of guidance from the city council. I'm just trying to think of what would be normal, because I don't think there's been a lot of acquisitions of like public sculptures in the recent past.
Not in the recent past.
Yeah, to my knowledge, so,
And there's, art is exempt from our procurement policies. So normally, things of a certain price, you have to get quotes or RFQs, but art is categorically exempt in our procurement rules.
Right.
So I think, again, just identifying artists that either have something already that would be appropriate for a park, appropriate for dog park. I think once we have some options from the commission, we can have also our engineering department kind of take a look at things and kind of give it the blessing of, does this seem like it's going to be stable enough, or is this going to be, a hazard in the wind or the weather? And we can provide assistance in the review of recommendations that the commission puts together.
so again, there's not necessarily a timeline.
No.
No.
I think it's just something he'd like to see that the commission is working
Got
towards,
it.
but it wasn't, hey, I want to see a piece of art by next week.
Understood. But I'm just looking at February, March, April, May, June. Hopefully, we could probably have something back for them before if we decide to adjourn for the summer. I'm thinking that we should definitely be able to come up with something in the next couple of months,
That'd be
right?
great.
Yeah,
I would think.
yeah, okay.
And I'm looking at the overview of the park itself. Is there like a sense of where this would be placed in? It would be on that.
Yeah, and I can get some better pictures for you. I think along the,
Well, and I was thinking too, I would just encourage each of us, each commissioner, to also
Drive out there.
visit the park in person, because pictures are one thing, but you don't get it. Well, I understand, but if you've been there, but I don't.
Existed. It's like, I didn't know this park existed.
Right.
It looks
Yeah.
really
So,
great.
yeah.
It's a dog run.
I would
Okay.
definitely encourage everybody
Yeah.
to see the physical space.
And all we're seeing is the dog part,
dog
part of the
park.
park.
Right.
There's a huge park that's a part of it. So,
Right.
it's part of the
his
panorama.
request is formally to be adjacent or have adjacency to the dog park, and so that it's.
Which I love. I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Rusted.
The sort of area along Avenida Marvilla.
Okay.
There, you'll see in the photo that's included with the staff report, there is some colored DG, there's some different boulders in these areas. And kind of between those trees, there's
Okay.
probably a good, sort of viewing angle, in either between the trees or to the
And that's not, the DG part of it, that's not a drive up, that's actually?
No, it's
okay,
just,
that's
it's
right, okay.
landscaping.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's all curb in front of
Okay,
it.
perfect.
So that all has, I think, good street visibility to Avenida Marvilla. But again, I mean, there could be something that maybe attaches to the fence, could be something that is sitting there. I don't think he had a specific piece in mind, but just wanted to have something that sort of connected a public art piece to the activity that is going on in the dog park.
It's a pretty active park.
Yes, very much so. And whenever the Palm Springs Dog Park is down, they come to ours. So it's heavily used by, not only by our residents, but also Palm Springs if theirs is down for whatever reason.
What's the cross street to Maravilla?
I don't know. Let me see.
Marvia and one of the T ones.
One of the T's, Tamarisk, not Techiva,
No, I don't.
Techiva.
Tachiva.
It could be close to Techiva.
Yeah, I think it's Tachiva.
I just don't know how to get there, so.
Right.
Straight down, well, straight down.
Yes. It is between, excuse me, on Avenida Marvilla, between Tachiva and Pelladoro.
Pelladora, okay.
Yeah. The Jarana Road is like right in the middle.
Jarana.
And that kind of, like if
Kinda
you
right
come up
where-
Jarana, it's sort
Kind
of
of like on the backside of
T-bones
the
into
park,
that sort of area where that landscaping is. So, and then there's farther down on the corner of Pelladora and Avenida Marvilla is one of these sculptures. But this is, the desire is for this to be
Yeah,
sort of
it's
specific
more-
with the
it's like
park.
a
For
metal,
the dog park, I love that.
sort of natural looking.
So then, I guess we do need a motion for appointment of Commissioners, or Vice Chair Travis and Chair Liebelt for this project.
Subcommittee?
This subcommittee, please.
Oh, can we have, you said don't do it. So I guess we need a motion. Can somebody make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
And what do we?
Is there a second? Oh,
Approving this
subcommittee.
committee?
Subcommittee.
So, explain to me what the subcommittee will be doing. Will you be vetting the entire?
So for this subcommittee, the two commissioners will be the leads in trying to find art pieces. So I think they will be taking any of the ideas that you submit to them, will be vetting their own, and will come up with a series of recommendations to bring back to the Public Arts Commission for your review and recommendation for a piece. So they'll be doing the sort of legwork of identifying the artists, talking to artists, getting quotes for pricing, et cetera.
Got it, okay. So
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
And before we act, we have no public comments,
And no public comments. Thank you, Christina.
and we do have a commissioner away for a second, so let's do this. Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Robinson, a second by Commissioner Marks. Oh, okay, please vote. Commissioner Strouder, we had a motion to appoint two commissioners to a subcommittee. So if you'd like to, there we go, okay. And motion carries, all ayes. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Let's see, the next item is item E, discuss available Public Arts Commission budget and program ideas for FY 25-26. May we have an introduction, please?
Yes. This item also came out of our last Public Arts Commission meeting. And each year, each fiscal year, the commission is allocated $10,000 for the commission to program. This year, $5,000 of that has been budgeted for the Festival of the Arts, which means you have a remaining $5,000 allocated for this fiscal year to spend. The fiscal year ends June 30th. Usually sometime around May, we have to button up any sort of final expenditures for the year so that they can be processed before the end of the fiscal year. So I wanted to raise this item for the commission to discuss if you have ideas of that you would like to use that remaining $5,000 for. And just kind of have it as an open discussion. If there's ideas you have that need further input or research, that we can have a little bit of time to do that. But being that we're in February, we meet again in March, I just wanted to kind of get this before you sooner than later so that it's not June and we're kind of out of time. So I wanted this to be sort of an open discussion to see if there were any ideas or thoughts that the commission had about using the remaining budget for this fiscal year.
So we're saying program, so this has to be more like a public event, cultural event, as opposed to,
And it could be anything, if it's
would
the
it be a
purchase of,
purchase of a piece of art?
well, the purchase of the piece of art is generally out of the Art and Public Places
There you go,
budget
okay.
for permanent pieces.
Okay.
So that's the big pot of money. This is kind of the smaller pot that,
Oh.
could be used for sponsorships, could be used for programming. Like I said, you're using it for the festival. It was used for the Old Gays book signing event. I think that's mainly been what you've used it for. So,
So we're here to brainstorm for ideas,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because I'm off the top of my head, and does anybody have thoughts, immediate thoughts?
Yeah, actually, but the one thought I had might be somebody that might tie into the other grant with the recreational district. But I was just thinking, I wish I've been kind of harping on this, but I think it needs to be joyful, whatever we do, and it's like I would love to see a pop-up dance event in the park.
Pop-up what?
Dance event where,
Oh.
we have a jazz band play and we invite all the jazz dancers from like the local dance studios to come and just dance,
But it sounds like music, not just dance, but also musicians,
yeah.
yeah, music and
You know.
dance. Mhm.
And it's like just a 60-minute set and people just dance out in the open and, I mean, I've done it before, but I had a year to plan, but, it's like, that's just one idea I've been throwing around. And the other idea is that, if we can tag on to the success of the Festival Arts, how about if we like at the Fourth Fridays at the Perez Arts District, we sponsor a band, a group, or something to be performing out in one of the more public spaces. I know that some of the galleries sometimes will have their own, I don't know if Fourth Friday Perez would be even open to such an idea, but something along those lines. Those are just what I've been.
I think it's a great idea. I think they would be very welcome of any kind of support. And I don't know, for some reason, when you said that about living in Fourth Friday, I was thinking, what if we had 4 different bands? I keep thinking that, and not all at the same time, but if there's 4 different aisleways, right? There's the main aisleway, but then there's galleries on this side and this side. It would be really fun to have a progressive musical thing where they went from this aisleway to this aisleway so they got to really see. That would be something that really promotes them so they feel like we are offering, something. And it could also be kind of like a mini, I agree, like a music and dance festival there, and we can use it over there. Then if they want to incorporate it somehow with, tying into themes, it goes back to an idea that I had once upon a time in a former chapter of my life where we paired up restaurants and galleries, and we did a food and art walk so that they each did a creative dish. I mean, we could just make it a really cool event that kind of just raw. I mean, so it's how can we really promote? We really want Perez Road to become the premier art center of this valley. So I think if we give them, so many reasons and so many things to come and make that happen. So that could be a really interesting, right?
Yeah, I like
Plot
that.
twist, I think, to it too. So
And it might be nice to not do it in March, just because March is so crazed, but maybe the end of April, we would get people
I was
out
going to say,
and
yep,
out.
warm enough still,
Yep,
but
yep.
not summer.
So hot,
But
yeah.
I like the idea of getting past Easter because there's just too much going on
Yep.
between now and then,
End of April.
right? And that's right. We have, what was the time frame we had? Well, till June 30th. So
Yeah.
you have April or even April, beginning of May.
Yeah.
The other thing is, along with that whole thing, what about making it sort of a family festival where bringing in maybe, seeing if Scrap Gallery would come in and do, do a table with some crafts for the kids and stuff like that, so.
Absolutely.
Rent some tents and do some, but really do that sort of that last Friday in April, make that a.
And we could also think about asking them to do from last Friday to even the 4th, like a Saturday, so maybe some of it's family and.
They have the second Saturdays too now.
Yeah. So that's possible too, to do it on the Saturday, to do it like an event. So that, again, for like working families and stuff with kids. and do
Saturday
stuff
might
like-
actually be a better
Better
choice.
idea, I think so too, yeah. And then it can
So
kind of,
there's some logistical things about music, though. So you really
Yep.
probably can only have one band at a time playing in that space because it's small.
no, I understand, but I was gonna say, but there's like.
One on each
One on
street.
this aisle and then one on the next aisle,
I
as
get-
opposed to all, or, I understand. If they each have their own equipment, that's simple. If they have to
not
use
what
the
I'm saying.
same one, it would have to be the same, right?
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, it gets
Okay.
people.
The
to go to-
other aisles are often not open.
Yeah,
Okay.
So there aren't that many galleries in some of those other aisles. I'm certain they would appreciate the exposure
Yeah.
if we could provide it, but some of them maybe only have 1, 2, or 3 galleries in them as opposed to the one large one.
Yep.
I mean, for sure, it would make them feel included because they probably often feel not included, but
Well, maybe you could do like two, one at one end, just so that they walk through all of them. So those 3 people in that get some kind of benefit, you know?
who produces Fourth Fridays? Is it one of the galleries that produces the event?
we
or-
sort of do it together, but a lot of it is, why can't I think?
Ann
of it?
Bedrick.
Ann Bedrick.
Oh, Ann Bedrick, okay.
But they all seem to be, when I went this last time, I realized there's actually several, if not more than that, new galleries literally since last fall. I mean, it's like there's been a
Yeah.
lot, there's a lot of activity, and so we're all supportive of them, and like I said, this is an opportunity to do something for that district. And I like that, making it even inclusive, because there's Scrap Gallery, I mean, Boys and Girls Club, I mean, there's all kinds of ways that we can really make this a mini, but a community event, but really celebrate that it's part of our creative economy.
I can reach out to Ann
Yeah.
and see, there's a couple other people that are sort of taking leadership roles of that group in addition to her, but
I was thinking Sammy Zelfel.
start with her and let her reach out to that group
Mm-hmm.
and tell them we'd like some suggestions. Here's what we can offer. We certainly don't want to come in there and tell them what we want to do. They should be telling us what they want to do.
And I think just also, typically the funds can't be used for like food and prizes are
got it.
sort of 2 of the areas that the council really frowns upon. But I think, something that supports,
Performances, right?
Well, and I bet
could be performances, could be, again, it doesn't have to be, but I think generally this pot of money has been more available to you for things that are not permanent. I mean, it could be, if there was a need for something, the one thing that always stands out in my mind is in is it La Quinta, the arts sort of complex that's there, things that people will take pictures in front of. So they had just like a frame and I think a different backdrop that, sort of you could take your selfies in. But, is there something that sort of connects people to, the city, to an event, to a place that enhances, people's social media or their social media postings about something. If you wanted to do something like that, I think it could be used for things, but just not like a capital art purchase that would be like a permanent installation somewhere. So,
So am I understanding we could if we wanted to provide tote bags with our logos on it, that could be something we could purchase through these funds or like a giveaway? Is that what you're kind of talking about? Is that what-
probably we could use it for something like that. Yeah, it's general fund, so I think we'd have to get it approved by council, but I think that could be a use for it. I think what you're really wanting to look at though is what is the reach of these dollars? One thing to buy something with the Public Arts Commission logo, but what could you use those dollars for to actually either put on something or maybe help sponsor something or do something that is advancing and something that people can come and be part of?
Well, the biggest bang for our buck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
I'd rather spend that money on bringing entertainers in and your dancers in. I'm not
Right.
We don't need to be putting our logo on stuff and giving it away when we can spend that money on
Right.
performers.
Yeah.
That's what.
And my
that's what I would
suggestion
prefer
about
to see.
the restaurants, it's an opportunity if we just present that, so the galleries to partner with them and that they can, that's not us.
Or
that
the
can
food
work it.
trucks that they already know.
yeah,
I mean,
sure,
they can bring
sure.
them in for an event like that. too.
Yeah, and sometimes, if there's a need for food trucks, there's a small permitting fee. I mean, like $200 some or something nominal that could certainly, we cover through that budget.
We could cover that part. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that might be helpful too, but it might be with the Ignite thing too, is that there's a lot of great artists, but they're not great business people. And so like anytime that we can help them like learn how to promote their art, I know that there are a few artists out there who do actually hold classes and people will pay for them to, how to use social media, I think that would be really helpful too, because if we have all these galleries coming in, but will they stay? Because they need to know how to market and they need to know but,
So maybe some kind of a
training.
like a, seminar day of, different resources for the artist community. So maybe somebody that can focus on that social media, somebody from economic development or the Women's Business Center that can talk about different resources or things that are available.
I think that would be really helpful because there's a lot of new artists that are moving up the ladder a little bit into their careers, and that if they could get that little help, that would
But
be
that's,
awesome.
it's not something we need to spend money on, because our presenter today will do it for
I
free.
know that's what I was saying.
Tied into Ignite, I mean,
The other thing is, a few years ago, there was the pop-up art across the street, kind of by the senior center. It was in that vacant lot. And it was really well.
The dinosaurs?
I can't remember,
mean
was
the
it?
dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Something like that across the street, especially in April when people are here to do something where they're stopping in Cathedral City. I mean, that might be kind of fun. I mean, I know everybody that took, people were big on the selfies in front of, and it was, hashtagging Cathedral City and something like that. That might be something.
Something pop up, and
Pop up
I like the idea of joy, something that, is.
Exactly. Something
brings people
fun,
joy.
ice cream cones or, something just sort of fun across the
Yeah.
street, just to make it, kind of, that's, it's not just a vacant lot, there's something there. So, I mean, for the month of April, as we have a glut of tourists here, so, I mean, it might be something we gotta go to Cathedral City to check that out. So,
Oh, great. Anybody else have anything?
So I think, I know this is just kind of sort of things off the top of mind, but I think if there's any of these ideas that, I think, Commissioner, you mentioned talking to the Perez Art District to see if they have any specific ideas. Commissioner Marks, you talked about, potentially sort of dance or something like that. So I think maybe by our next meeting or beforehand, or before our next meeting, if you could do any of that outreach and see if there are some people have ideas about that, or, what that would look like, what would be the cost for that, and what would be the resources needed. I think it would be probably a little bit difficult to kind of tie this into other city events right now, just because those things are already baked in. So probably, again, what can we be additive? That, again, it's not a big amount of money, but I think we could make $5,000 go a little ways. So if there is other things that we can think of that could be beneficial. I think generally for the programming, it has to be open to the public, but it doesn't have to be open to everyone. So if you decided you wanted to do something that was targeted at the artist community, you could do that. It just has to be no cost. So if you wanted to focus on the artist, you could do that. If you wanted to do something that was focused on kids, you can do that. It just has to be open to anybody or anyone in that age group, or just open to the public.
And we're talking about some significant time issues, right? Because the city council's got to approve it, and we have to spend this by when?
By June 30th. All expenditures have to be made before the end of June so that we can book it for the year.
And Commissioner Strader and Commissioner Marks, I would strongly encourage, and any of us, if somebody with ideas, let's see if we can get them to come to the meeting and talk to us, which is what I've been encouraging every time I go to the Perez Art Walk, encouraging everybody. I was wondering, is there any way that we can print up just a quick calendar, like a one print sheet of all the art commission meetings, the public art commission meetings, so that we can hand it to every single one of them and say with the dates, and so the circle of that, so that we can encourage them to show up
Yeah.
for any one or all of the meetings. Because I'm constantly asking everybody when I talk to them and they start having ideas, I go, please come and talk to all of us, right? We're here, we want to hear your ideas, we want to hear from you, so.
Nice to do them on business cards, because everyone keeps business cards, and just put the dates on the back. It's just a
Yeah.
great way to.
Sure.
Well, what we might be able to do too is that we could personally invite somebody to do a presentation, I think, and talk to them about like what's going on with them. And we have so many innovative artists and different things, and maybe we could do that. Then anybody can come, but
Sure.
but
But
also,
I would say, I would love to have that, here at every meeting. I would like to have people come in and.
I
give
think
us-
that would be like that's what our job would be, is to
Yeah.
recruit that.
Yep. Yeah.
To recruit.
Yeah, but it would be helpful, I know, if we had a physical piece of calendar that, yeah.
And then
Well, and I think I think even, I can't remember if it was the last time I was over there or a time before, talking to the artists about the taste and sounds, and there are people that didn't know that that was going on, and that it's right in the back door. So again, how can we better connect our artist neighbors to, just again, other events that are happening here?
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
All right, so I'll reach out to Perez and ask them to plan on coming next meeting if in fact they want to put something together.
Okay.
I think that too, like if they don't because they get busy or whatever, like if you kind of send somebody down and get a couple people, they'll see it and other people are going to want to do it. It's like they're going to be, oh, I want to present there.
Yeah, if they have one or two people that would be interested in kind of working on something, and
Yeah, and we'll just see if, and at the same time, Commissioner Marks can have a look at his resources because it's possible we could do both.
because we haven't really had dance here yet. This has been I think, for the amphitheater at least, we've had, a variety of new acts this year, like the Soul Festival that we just had, the Philharmonic that was here recently that was just amazing. So I think dance would be a nice addition to downtown or somewhere in the city if we have that opportunity.
Sure.
Yeah, agreed. And I was just given the name of a dance director too in Palm Springs, and I've still got to reach out to her as well too, so.
And so I'll ask the commission if you do have any of those ideas or come up with like a budget or anything like that, provide that to me, and then I'll also include that in the staff report for the next meeting for your discussion.
Okay, great,
Excuse
thank
me,
you.
do you have any ideas?
No, I like everything that you've said. I mean, you've brought up ideas about, again, things that bring people joy, and I think those are the kind of things that give people an emotional connection to place, and things that, whether it's music or an art experience or something else, those are the things that people remember about how they felt being here. And so I love kind of any of those ideas, pop-up ideas, flash mob, whatever it is. I think these are all really great ideas. So I'm not wedded to anything, and again, look forward to hearing from you and ideas so that maybe by next meeting, maybe we'll have, something potentially to go on and we can sort of identify a budget and be able to get that rolling.
I think it'd be great. Christina, are there any public comments on this item?
We have none, Chair.
Thank you so much. This item was for discussion only, and there is no formal action required. Now, it's time for our staff comments. Do we have any staff comments,
You do.
Ms. Ambrose?
So hello again. So today was the deadline for the 3 artists that you selected to submit their art, and I have received the information from all 3. So I have 2. One that is, I think, PowerPoint. One is a video, and then one of the artists actually sent me metal sculptures today. So that was really fun to unpack. So I'm getting their materials together to kind of be able to present back to you. But what I wanted to check with you is to see, do you want to have a special meeting to meet with them, or do it at the next meeting in March, where you would receive presentations by the artists. And then from that, we need to schedule time in the community to be able to present these concepts to the community and hopefully have the artists available. I don't know that they would be able to all travel here, but to be available to participate in those discussions.
So just clarification, when you said about, I like the idea of a special meeting so that we can talk to each of them individually about what they've presented.
And what I would do is schedule them one at a time so
Yeah.
that you're speaking to one artist at a time and
Right.
the others aren't listening in and,
Got it.
set like 20 minutes per artist or whatever it takes. And because there's, I think, the concepts and looking at the concepts and making sure that they align with what was in the RFP, there's going to need to be review by our engineering team to make sure that the concept is going to be something that will survive in our community and be resilient and be safe and all of that kind of fun stuff. And then there's sort of the community input. And so what I would probably recommend that we do is when we have the discussions, talk to the artists also about being able to be available for maybe a Zoom presentation or something with the community. And then from that also just have like a survey and have a way for the public to have the information about the art if they want to read the whole things or just, kind of the concepts and be able to weigh in on it. Maybe have the kids be involved, get feedback from the kids like we've had for the naming and everything else. We've had a pretty consistent process with the neighborhood of getting feedback on the park, the siting, the amenities, the naming, and the art piece. So just wanting to get their genuine feedback on that. And then, it's not saying that they are going to be the selectors of it. Ultimately, the city council will vote to approve one concept, but the Public Arts Commission certainly is going to be important in that. Being that it is a capital project, our engineering staff will weigh in on it just to make sure that it's going to be surviving, and then that the community will kind of lean forward on what they would like. The one artist actually gave 2 concepts, so you'll have 4 concepts to review.
I know about, let's hear what y'all think too, but I would like to be that just to be a specific meeting, because that's a focus, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yep. And so, I would like to hear from each of them individually and give them a decent amount of time to speak, right, to all of us about what their ideas and how they incorporated all those kinds of things. So I guess it would just be about selecting a date.
So if you have dates that you would like to propose, or I could poll afterwards, and kind of with the artists and yourselves to come up with a date that would be workable.
I will say, I don't know how everyone's calendar for March is. My calendar for March is awful.
Mine
So
too.
I would
I don't know what you
prefer
mean.
if I would much rather have this meeting last an hour longer if we did this for the first hour, and just extended our meeting next month to a 2-hour meeting or 2.5-hour meeting. I'm sorry, if everyone else wants to do something else, my March is
Yeah, that would be
horrible.
fine with me too.
I
actually.
just,
I have a pretty
I've
good-
got that night set aside, so, but again, I will make it work if I
It
need.
wasn't a specific, for me, it just wasn't about a different date necessarily. I don't mind the idea of coming in an hour earlier
Yep.
for that same meeting.
Yep.
I just wanted to be like a very focused
Absolutely.
period of time.
And I
and not-
100%, I have that night that I have for this, and so if we could maybe just do an hour early, I have no problem with that, and then staying on and doing the rest of our meeting, I have no problem with that, but
So that would be March 10th then, starting at 4 o'clock?
How do y'all feel about that?
I'm okay.
What's the date again? I'm sorry.
March 10th.
10th.
So this, our regular meeting night, but just starting at 4 o'clock instead of 5? Okay. I will talk to the artists and I think that works because one was going to be out of country, so I think they'll be back by then. So that should work out okay. But I will confirm with the commissioners.
Because that's right, following our timeline, right? Because we'd have to see them and we'd have to talk to them before the end of
We have
Forgetting our time off the top of my head.
We have tentative, scheduling. We're still within the window.
Okay,
Because I
okay.
think it was kind of within March that we were planning to
Okay.
do the community outreach. So if we
Okay.
have to shift those dates a little bit, I think we're still good.
Okay,
At this point, we don't make another recommendation. Now it goes to the.
We do.
we do.
Do we make a recommendation?
Right now, you're going to be, you're going to be bringing these three concepts to the community. But what this process is for you to hear the presentations by the artist of their full, ideas, and then they will, then there'll be a process of submitting it out to the community. But ultimately, after the community input, that will all come back to you to make a decision on at a
Okay.
future meeting.
It's kind of exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so March 10th, 4 o'clock.
Does that work?
I sent to you via email today the updated schedule of Taste and Sounds, which has started this evening. So hopefully you'll all have an opportunity to partake in some of those events. Also, there was a flyer received today from the Senior Center for one of their events coming up, and I emailed that all to you as well. So hopefully you will be able to take advantage of that. I have not seen my email yet to see if communications finished the flyer, Vice Chair, so I apologize that last week just got a little bonkers.
We'll just do our best.
Yeah. So I will follow up with Ryan in the morning on that so that we can have something out there. I don't think I have anything else.
If I could have it by Thursday, that would be awesome, because that's when they're going to be installed.
I'm hoping to have it to you by tomorrow, so I will work with Ryan to get that out so that
We're
we
installing
can
this
promote that
Thursday.
more.
Okay. So obviously the next weekend is the,
Oh, this weekend.
But that is all I have.
okay, I'll be there at some point. Okay.
I'll remind you in a minute.
Back to you, Chair. I have nothing else to
Okay,
report.
that's it. Okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we've completed the agenda, and we are moving on now to the commissioners' reports. I'm going to start to my right with Commissioner Marks.
Sure. Well, actually, this month was most of my outings centered around events at the Plaza Theater because volunteers are being generously offered complimentary tickets due to smaller audiences. I've been kind of looking at the Plaza and seeing how they're evolving. And from my perspective, it appears that they're moving towards a hybrid model where they're part presenter, part rental, for a local house for local groups. So, and I think they're exploring the types of programming that resonate with the audiences here. So it's been interesting to watch so far. It's only been 2 months. But one highlight was able to see Liz Calloway, who's my absolutely favorite singer on the planet, I've gone to everything she's ever done, but she did a cabaret music theater stuff. I went to school with her actually in Cincinnati 100 years ago, so it's just really wonderful. And she performed with this group they call themselves the Palm Springs Pops Orchestra. They were fantastic, and I'm just thinking they may be a pickup orchestra of union musicians probably, because they were all very professional, and I just kept thinking of imagining the possibilities of presenting them at the amphitheater with a roster of local singers. It'd be really cool. But I think they're out of our price point. So, and then I also saw the Shenanigans at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. They're another group that I would love to take away and present somewhere here in Cathedral City. They're actually a trio of amazing musicians who host a monthly performance and that feature all kinds of guest artists from across all genres: jazz, bluegrass, cabaret, gospel, and more. And their leader happens to be my neighbor in my park. So I'm going to talk to her and see what are some possibilities. I would love to promote them possibly at the, if we go ahead with the shows at Perez. And then I went to see the Metropolitan Opera's telecast of this incredible opera called The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. And it was at the Pickford Theater. And, they present a lot of the I don't want to call the HTV, but they're like, some of them are live telecasts, but most of them are like taped. And they're really a spectacular series. It's like the price point is like $25, but it's like, it's worth it. This production was over the top, stunning, exciting, by my favorite contemporary composer, Mason Bates, who I won't even go into what it's all about, but it was fantastic opera. And I just kept thinking, I'm going, how cool that, Cathedral City, a town of like 44,000, their theater like presents these really sophisticated programs, and that there's an audience here that's like, I know we're all about accessibilities, but it's like sophistication is accessible at a $25, fee. And I just felt really kind of proud of that. I just said, this is really cool. We have this to offer to our people here, So, and then back at the Plaza, I attended, it was called Replay, The Importance of Being an Artist in New York. And it was a stage reading that reimagined the Oscar Wilde classic in modern day Manhattan and Montauk. And it was totally, again, a stage reading. So they were reading from their scripts, but the cast was all like first-rate Broadway performers like Christine Ebersol and Michael Urie, Priscilla Lopez, Judy Kay. And there's a series of 3 that they'll be presenting, but it was very cool, and I just wish they had printed the synopsis in the poem, because I wasn't following the story I'm going, who's related to who? But anyway, it was all great, and I just will keep checking out the scene down here, and I'm always kind of impressed by the, breadth and depth of what we have to offer down here. It's like, I grew up in a town of 42,000 people, and we did nothing, but, and we were outside of San Francisco, but nobody ever wanted to come over to Antioch. So anyway, that's my report for today.
Did anyone have the opportunity to see the Mineria Symphony Orchestra of Mexico at the amphitheater?
How was that?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was really, really phenomenal. 80 musicians. They had to extend the stage. That were just blew our, it was one of the best performances I've seen in the amphitheater.
Wow.
And it started earlier in the day with the jazz orchestra from the high school. And then there was a female performer who had been on, I think, American Idol as a contestant. And then not Tejano band, another band that was in from LA, Mariachi, before the orchestra started. And they were just amazing. I'm hopeful that we can see more of that type of performance in the amphitheater, because it was just the perfect environment for it.
Who sponsored that?
Jeff Hawker put it together, but I think it was the Palm Springs Philharmonic, and I think there were other sponsors. They were on a tour, I think, and somehow we just got lucky enough to be on the list, and really, really loved it.
I want to get opera in the park that's sponsored by the Palm Springs Opera Guild. I think they should be doing it in the amphitheater.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah, would be it's like
And we have the perfect band shell for it. It's absolutely fantastic.
Let's talk to him.
I love it.
Let's talk to him. Okay, next commissioner's report would be Commissioner Stouter.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I don't have a lot. I'm obviously excited, really excited about the Festival of the Arts. It's like happening soon. We've been talking about this for quite a while, and now it's going to happen, which is wow. I'm excited about that. I'm having kind of a busy season personally, and I know a lot of artists are sort of busy this year. You go between the feeling of, gee, it's really crowded in the Valley, to, well, maybe not as crowded as last year, to, wait a minute, this feels busier. I can't quite decide, but I know that right now, especially in preparation for Modernism Week, there's a ton of things going on. I have 2 shows of my own happening, or that I'm in. One is the Juried Ace show in Palm Desert at the Artists Council. The other one is the Mid-Mod show at Desert Arts Center. I have one of my fan favorites is a double exposure of the Marilyn Monroe statue downtown, and so I've got her in that show. I'm really looking forward to the library show this weekend. The library shows for me, it's kind of where I started in the community as an artist, for one thing. And it's also just an intimate opportunity to get to know other artists, especially as we're, just hanging out for people to come and buy stuff. It's a good opportunity to get to know people. I get a ton of creative energy off these folks when I'm there. I get lots of really good ideas from them. So I'm looking forward to that this weekend. And maybe on Sunday, last time I did free portraits for people. So maybe on Sunday I'll bring my gear and do that too. We'll see. And that's really it, except happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Okay. Commissioner Robinson.
Thank you so much. Well, so I will start with my personal stuff. So on Christmas Day, Scott and I had our first grandchild. So
That's a true work of art.
Joseph Scott Perkins was born, 7 pounds, about 5 ounces. He was 30 inches long, so he's a little monster, and it's the joy of our life. So we were in San Diego for almost 2.5 weeks, so with our daughter and son-in-law, and it was just a wonderful. And then we got back to the desert and went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. So we've been traveling a lot, but it was a great Christmas gift, our little Joey. So, but I will say, one of the things that I noticed when I was in San Diego, both Scott and I were so impressed with the number of murals all over San Diego. We were in Hillcrest District. What a fun, beautiful, and you know what? It's what you said about joy, just sort of seeing the joy and stuff. And I said to Scott, I took so many pictures of just great murals and on electrical boxes and, just sort of fun. They don't need to be huge, but it brought a smile to my face. So so thank you so much.
Congratulations on the Hoosiers.
Thank you so much. That was very, very exciting. We were down there on that day. My daughter was kind of sort of taking a day off, so we found a little hole in the wall and watched the game, and no one was really watching it except for us, so it was great. And somebody finally looked at me and they said, "Are you a Hoosier fan?" I go, "That's where I went to college," so it was very exciting.
Oh, yeah. This weekend is the library show, and so I'm kind of excited. We have an artist who is a quilter, so we haven't had that before. So that's kind of exciting.
Is a what? I'm
A
sorry.
quilter.
Oh,
He
cool.
quilts. He's from your.
Is he from my park? Okay.
He's
I
from
know
your
who you're
place,
talking about.
right?
Ooh, that's great.
Yeah. So that would be nice. We're having a reception on Friday, 4 to 7. If the commissioners could pop in, that would be great, and staff too, obviously. And then on Saturday and Sunday, it'll be 10 to 3.
I will now call the November 5th, 2025 meeting to order. May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Rivera,
Present.
Commissioner Haas,
President.
Commissioner Kiefer,
Present.
Vice Chair King,
Present.
King Bouchard, Chair Bouchard.
Present. Now, if we could please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. And begin after me.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda?
We have none, Chair.
Thank you. Will the clerk please read the statement of participation for public comments?
Yes. This is the opportunity for members of the public to comment on any items not appearing on the regular agenda. Because of restrictions contained in California law, the ARC committee may not discuss or act on any item not on the agenda, but may briefly respond to statements made or ask a question for clarification. The chair may also request a brief response from staff to questions raised during public comment, or may request that a matter be agendized for a future meeting. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. For those members present in chambers wishing to participate in public comments, we ask that you speak loud and clear, as we are having technical difficulties with our microphones. Chair, I would also suggest that you may need to allow a little
Out the window, because when your house is torn apart, and I missed the symphony and I was really disappointed. And the open studio, the one open studio I got to go to was Commissioner Travis's. So that, talk about joy and happy and the color and the paintings. And I'm so happy to hear about your success and Commissioner Stouter. It's like the shows in that. And it constantly reminds me the few things I have been going to, even to see the Perez Art District and all the new galleries opening up, and that optimism from the artists that are going in there, going to gallery openings at the Jansen Gallery in Palm Springs and seeing what they're presenting, and Rubine Red and the different galleries in Palm Springs. I'm trying to venture out, and then also Palm Desert, going down to openings. Of course, my friend Michael had a gallery opening, and it was support for the Palm Springs Animal Shelter, and they had a really fabulous turnout then, and Karen Brony was there. The other fun thing I got to do is the Baronis had a gathering of people, just a cocktail party, just to come over and see, and just included all of us to kind of thank us. But there's a group of people, including John and Mary. They're documentary filmmakers. Their film was just accepted into the I keep saying it's the Anime Documentary Festival the end of March. And as soon as they have the date that it's going to be screened, I'll let everybody know. And that was fun. And this is probably redundant, but I went to their walk of, the walk in the Palm Springs Walk of Fame, the Starlight got that too. And I will say, hearing about the musical scene, and I'm just aware, I just got a thing about, I'm trying to make a commitment to go to more of the theater things that are happening here, and just to everybody be aware. There's so much, so rich. And the one performance that I was able to attend in the McCallum, and I'm pleased to say there actually this season seems to be a lot more contemporary dance happening there, and some extraordinary companies I'd never seen before. And I went to one last Sunday, and I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of dance all over the world, and I was so blown away. One of the gentlemen was an amputee, and it was up to here, and what that man could do. And he was just so beautiful. All the men, the women, the diversity, and what's happening in the dance world, where once upon a time it used to be a particular type, but now the ethnic diversity, the tattoos, the looks, the creativity, the clothing, everything. And I was just so in awe. But this particular group, and I can't remember the name, I have to see it to pronounce it because it's French. 80 minutes of non-stop. There wasn't a break. Wow. They were running, jumping. It was like Cirque du Soleil meets acrobatics, meets gymnastics, meets just awe-inspiring movement. And we were all literally in the audience. We were all just sitting there just constantly going, this. They got a standing ovation. They left the stage, nobody would leave. Wow. And they were brought back, and people just wouldn't leave. So it's, anyway, so I'm happy to see that I think there is, again, I probably said this before too, what's happening in this valley, the cultural things that are happening here, and the performance thing that had been missing even a few years ago, it's extraordinary. And like Commissioner Marks said too, I just encourage everybody, because there's some reasonable tickets, if not free, but reasonable and intimate. And we've all probably lived in bigger cities, and to have what we have available here in smaller, intimate venues for reasonable price points. And there's just not enough time. I want to go to this, and I want to go to this, and I want to go to this. And then the real world sets in, and you run out of time and energy. So
Saturday at the Soul Springs Festival, that was the other one that I forgot to mention.
Exactly.
That was amazing.
Exactly.
Again, an event that came from Palm Springs that I think probably has found a new home here in Cathedral City. Yep. It was a paid event, but I think tickets started at around $40 or somewhere on the lower end.
What was the entire afternoon?
It was from 3 to 6. People brought their picnics. We were in a strategic planning session all day, so I didn't get out till 3, and just had the opportunity to stop by for a little while, and it was amazing. And it was a demographic and a music style that we have not had here before. We've not really had soul and jazz and things like that to that extent on the stage, and it was lovely. So I know that we're looking forward to having them back if they choose to come back next year.
And what I'm particularly proud of is when I go to these other cities and I meet people from those other cities, and I go from Cathedral City, and then people go, yeah, I hear there's a lot. Every time I turn on, there's something, you know, it's like people, they're hearing about it, and we're becoming that city where it's not, you know, it's when you have like an established venue like the McCallum or the Annenberg or that, but we just have all this cool stuff happening that's different and what people don't expect, and they keep hearing about it. So, yep. Remember, we're the cool kids. This is the cool kids of Cat City, and this is where art lives. And you better come and enjoy it because we're having a good time over here.
There was
So,
a national survey of like, done by, was it Gay Digest News?
Yeah.
And it was like, what is it, what?
The like up and coming gay neighborhood, I think, was something like that.
Love that.
Yeah. Cathedral City.
And I forgot to mention, Sunday, March 15th is the Academy Awards. Mary Pickford is doing it on the big screen. It's actually very fun.
neat.
They do food, they do drink, and the tickets benefit the Boys and Girls Club. So, and let me know if anyone would like to help out or would like a ticket.
and since I didn't see you, I just want to ask, the Meatball Festival.
Oh, Sunday,
Meatball
March.
Festival too.
Sunday,
If you
March
guys have
29th,
not been,
after the day after, when you guys are all tired, you could just come and we'll feed you meatballs,
March-
right?
March 16th?
Sunday, March 29th
March
is
29th.
the Meatball Festival. Yeah,
that the Monday?
it's fun.
It's a Sunday.
really fun.
Sunday,
Yes,
okay.
it's very fun.
You know, and I would have to say, encourage you because most of you, well, I don't eat meat. I eat meatballs. So it's like I go there. But here's the thing, there are vegetarian ones, there are chicken ones, there are the diversity and the presentation and the
competition.
the competition
competition.
and the firemen and the
Fierce.
policemen and other organizations. The young men and women from the Boys and Girls Club are adorable and wonderful and fun, and I have such a great time with them. And it's just one of the funnest things. And now all my friends now say, when's a meatball? They're constantly, when's a meatball? When's a meatball? When's a meatball festival? So I would strongly encourage everybody, if you don't know about it, again, that's a very different kind of event, and the ticket price is so reasonable.
$20.
$20. And that's a lot of meatballs.
It is a
You get
lot of
meatballs for
meatballs,
20
yeah.
bucks. And you get to vote on your favorite ones. And so it's just fun. So again, everything that's going on here, I'm just really proud of our city and proud of what's happening. And like I said, creatively, we're just seems to be, just keep getting better and better and better.
You've also received an invite, both, I didn't realize, both from Ryan and me today for the Rainbow Crosswalk Painting Party on February 28th at 9 o'clock, right here in front of City Hall. So
And didn't the city get an award for 100%?
Yep, from
for
HRC.
each year, cities get rated by the Human Rights
Human Rights.
Human rights.
Human Rights Commission, thank you. And for a variety of different policies and practices, and the city has consistently scored 100% on that. And so we're being recognized for that, those rankings.
Wonderful.
And
Can I make a shout out for Cathedral City Pride? I think it's going to be a really amazing 3 days. And
Tickets are still available for David Archuleta, although a lot of the VIP has already sold out.
I'm kind of confused about the tickets. Because there's like a ticket for the amphitheater, but for all day, but I don't know if that includes David Archuleta or David Archuleta is a separate.
That I don't know.
I want to say, I think they include all day. The prices have to do with where you're going to be
sitting
in
right-
the
yeah,
in the
and
park.
reserved, okay. And,
Because I think the VIP is in the very front,
Right.
to be honest. Then there's
have
a
reserved.
central, and then there's standing room in the back. So I think that's the pricing differences are.
Well, I'm volunteering at the gate.
Yeah.
so- Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then Sunday is,
Make sure to
actually,
come out
we're
for the
gonna-
bed races.
And the bed races
Very
for sure.
fun.
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
Modern Men singing at the Roost on that day too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
wonderful.
there'll be- I think
Is that
it's-
on Saturday or Sunday?
What
Modern
time are the
Men?
Modern Men singing at the Roost?
I think it's like 1:15 or
Okay.
something. I'll have to look.
Perfect. Okay. And there's a walk on Saturday for Human Rights Council, so Boys and Girls Club is a team. It's $10 to join. So join our
They just
team
don't-
and walk.
They don't
It's-
have a map of where the walk is. They said it's 2 miles, but for me, that's like,
My guess is do we know if it's down around here? You have no idea.
I'm not sure where.
Because it's a third party venue, right, that's doing the thing. So, yeah, it's not a city event. so
But you
that's why.
can go and be part of the Boys and Girls Club team.
Sure, yeah, of
There's a Roost
course.
team and others.
Okay, that's it for my report. So, but I guess we're kind of rolled into the next part of this. Is there discussion on any future agenda items? Anything anybody would like to bring up as a particular agenda item? Have we kind of thrown stuff out already?
Not right this second.
Yep. Ms. Robinson?
I guess if anybody has an idea for the funds.
The extra money, yep.
Funds, just, and like I
That's the one
said,
thing,
it-
yeah, everybody, yep.
Yeah, that'll be obviously.
Yep.
Yep.
We're all going to come up with an idea.
Love that.
Yep.
and then Chair, can I make a recommendation for this evening?
Yes, please.
That when you close the meeting, you close it in honor of Vice Chair Travis's husband, David Barassa.
Here, here.
Yes. The privilege of being with them during that time was extraordinary. So yes, I've closed the meeting, but with just a moment of silence. And not only for that, and we've all lost people, but to represent somebody that is so passionate about the community and helpful for the community, it's always a great loss. And we honor that and their time and what they've done for us too. So, and thank you too, Commissioner Travis, for that. We really appreciate you and all you do.
Thank you.
Welcome. And on that note, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.